Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name is Tyler Ellison, and I am going to be bringing Ryo through to speak to everyone. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy, and I will see you at the end of this transmission. All right, it is our species' highest joy and passion to be able to interact with you all through this particular channel. We shall be talking to you all about some of the new energies that you are all playing with. For this video is being released one day after your winter solstice. We're going to talk to you a little bit about the winter solstice, the energy portal that you all have moved through, and some of the changes that will be taking place within your collective consciousness. So, as you know, your winter solstice, for those of you in the northern hemisphere, represents the darkest day, you could say, of the year. This is where the amount of darkness during that day outweighs the amount of light. And in terms of your consciousness, this symbolically represents the idea of dreaming while you are awake, accessing your subconscious mind, accessing hidden energies whilst you are lucidly living your waking physical reality dream. So, in other words, the energies that have been brewing beneath the surface, the things that have been present but have been hidden during this time will be revealed. This can be a time of powerful revelation. This can be a time of deep understanding, introspection, and reflection. You may find that this time clarifies many things. In other words, in terms of your relationships, your life, the bigger picture perspective in regards to these things will become available to you. You'll be able to see puzzle pieces that may have been hidden. Now, some of these things that you see at first, you may not enjoy, you may not like. You may find that some of these things that are revealed can be, in a certain sense, triggering. You might also find that during this time, certain things within one's life begins to dissolve. Things within one's life begin to end. And this is because this winter solstice, in many ways, represents your emergence into the element of water, which, of course, is connected very much to the underworld, the subconscious. Think of it like this. You have your summer solstice, which represents the peak of the light, ultimate life, life at its fullest. And then you have, opposing that, opposite to that, the winter solstice. This is what you would consider to be life at its lowest, the light at its weakest. So, because of that, this can be a time of endings. This can be a time of dissolution and dissolving. Now, for many people, this might sound unfortunate or rather negative, but it is not. Because, as you know, there's no such thing as a one-sided breath. With every inhale, there must also be an exhale. Otherwise, you will just have unlimited growth. And as you know, if a body were to just grow in an unlimited way, the body would become sick very quickly, it would become ill. So this releasal process, this process of ending, is incredibly useful. It is not something to be shied away from. It is something to be embraced. It is something to be seen in relationship to a teaching element. It is best to observe this time of releasal as a teacher, to ask yourself the question, what is this releasal assisting me in making room for? What is this releasal assisting me in allowing into my life? Because with every releasal, with every ending, there's a space that is created, which can allow for you to receive new energy, new information, new direction. And there is also energy that is freed up, because when you let go of something, when something is released, that energetic bond or connection that was connecting you to the released thing is dispersed, and that releases energy. So it actually gives you greater levels of creative power. And this is what we mean by dreaming while awake. Because during this time, if you harness that energy that's connected to the releasal process, you can then use those energies to mold and sculpt upcoming manifestations. So this is a time to begin to really dream your course of action, to dream what your upcoming year will be like, and to energetically begin to create new blueprints and to begin to plant the seeds that in the springtime will blossom and will develop into new manifestations. So you might find that during this time, there is a deep desire to become introspective, to begin to relax a little bit, to maybe take it easy. And we would advise to use this time in that way. However, within that primarily yin-themed sensation, you will also find there is a seed of yang. And that represents a deep desire, a deep enthusiasm, a deep motivation to begin to mold and sculpt and shape your life in a new way, in an inspiring way. So we ask you all to hold this polarity, to play with these two seemingly contradictory energies. Take time to reflect. Take time to be slow. Take time to be still. And whilst you're doing this intermittently, begin to plant those new seeds, dream those new directions, and take actions that begin to open new doors of exploration for you. You are all beginning to move into the archetype of the explorer. So think of it like this. The old realities are dissolving. The old ways are being released, and now you're entering into a new land, a new adventure. So be like the wise traveler, whom goes into the new lands open-hearted and open-minded, allowing them to see new opportunities, to meet new people, and to discover new things about the world and themselves. This is what you're all moving into. And what you'll find is that these new opportunities may present to you greater realizations about your destiny, greater realizations about who you are, your passions, your preferences. And this may, for many of you, expand into your businesses. You may find, professionally speaking, the energies you're being given will allow for new business expansions to take place. That likely will gain a momentum and will begin to peak as you move into the spring season. For that is the time of growth. That is the time of expansion. The other thing to be aware of during this time is patience, because during this time of release and this time of revelation, it can seem as if steps forward are unclear. What is to come may seem vague. How things will unfold may intellectually elude you. And it is important during this time of releasal to also release the desire to know before it is time. Go into this new chapter again, open-minded, open-hearted. Allow for life to teach you. Allow for yourself to be a learner and a student of synchronicity, symbolism, and the subtle messages that life hands you. Do not rush to find the answers. Rather, allow for answers to come to you during your lucid, waking, dreaming states, during your introspective times. Allow for yourself to receive and be okay with the vagueness. Be okay with the undefined dimensions of this time. Be all right with that which you do not understand yet, and recognize that you're actively on multiple levels using the wisdom of Source to dream what is to come. So trust in the process, trust in what you're going through, and know that you're an active participant in that, because how you organize your energy, how you make your choices on this physical level really determines how much of that guiding universal intelligence you allow into your life. So these are the suggestions that we have for you, so you can move through this new chapter with greater ease and greater flow. And understand that This is natural. All things that occur are guided by the intelligence of Source, the ultimate storyteller and author that weaves all of the intricate twists and turns, rises and falls, and all phenomenon that make up all expressions of consciousness. You are a part of this divine story. You are a leading character in this divine story, and the story would not exist without you. So you are essential. So discover what that character is. Discover really whom you are and begin to evolve into the next iteration of that divine creation that you are. So we thank you all for your attention in this transmission, and we look forward to delivering more transmissions to you upline in what you perceive to be your future. As always, our species' unconditional love and appreciation to each and every single one of you. Good day, good night, good now. Okay, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that video from Ryo. I will speak to you all again soon, and have a beautiful start to your winter. Bye-bye.